Greetings, this is Miss Taylor coming at you live from after school. So I'm going to do a quick recap video on long division just in case you need to rewatch it if it helps you. The first thing that we're going to do is make sure that you have a multiplication chart to look at. I'm going to use that as well as these four problems. They're the second row on that practice worksheet. The top row is what you're submitting on Canvas that you need to do independently, and this bottom row is just extra practice, so those are the ones I'm going to do with you. All right, so remember our steps to division are to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So does McDonald's serve burgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. We're going to do that for each digit, one digit at a time. All right, so the first question I ask myself, and I'm just going to use a sticky note to cover up here. Here's a sticky note. So I'm going to ask myself, just looking how many times 2 fits into 7. So that's my first step, is to divide. You can utilize a multiplication chart. You just ask yourself, okay, I've got how many 2's can fit into 7? So 1, 2, 3. I can fit 3. I can't fit 4. That's too many. So I can fit 3 2's. I just looked in the 2 column into 7. So I'm going to put a 3 above the 7. Okay, so that's my divide step. Next is multiply. I'm going to multiply 2 groups of 3. How much was that? Well, that was 6. That's the number that I write right underneath the 7, and I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 6 gives me 1. So I've divided, then I multiplied 2 times 3, then I subtracted 7 minus 6, and I'm left with 1. My last step is to bring down, and then I'm going to keep doing this until I don't have any other numbers to bring down, and I have a remainder of 0. So I'm just going to uncover my next one. So my next number is 9. I'm going to bring down the 9, and it's going to go right next to the 1. Okay, then I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 2 fit into 19? And again, you can look at your multiplication chart. That should help. Looking in the 2's column, and I'm going to go all the way down until I get as close as I can get to 19 without going over. So 20 is too much, so I can only go to 18, which is 9 groups of 2. So 2 can fit into 19 9 times. I'm going to multiply 2 groups of 9. That gave me 18. That's what I'm going to write right underneath the 19. Subtract 19 minus 18. I'm left with 1. Now I'm going to bring down my next number. My next number is a 5, and I'm doing all the steps again. So bring down that 5. Then I'm going to divide again. Look back at your chart. How many times can 2 fit into 15? 2 can fit into 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 is too many, so it can only fit in 7 times. So I'm going to put a 7 up top. Then I'm going to multiply 2 groups of 7. 2 groups of 7 gave me 14. I'm going to write the 14 right underneath the 15. Then I'm going to subtract those. 15 minus 14 is 1. And now I'm going to do my last step, which is bring down. I have one other number to bring down. I don't need my sticky note anymore. I'm going to bring down my 8. 2 fits into 18. That's division again. Look back at your chart. 2 fits into 18 9 times, and it's actually a perfect fit. That's good because I don't want anything left over. 2 times 9 is exactly 18. That's my multiply step. Subtract 18 minus 18, and I'm left with 0. There's no other numbers to bring down. You have a remainder of 0, so your answer is 3,979. Okay, let's look at the next one. The next one, we are dividing 3,135 by 5. So again, I'm going to use my sticky note. I'm just going to look at the first number. How many times does 5 fit into 3? It does not fit into 3. So if I had 3 dots and I said, how many groups of 5 can I make from those 3 dots? I can't even make one. So I'm going to put a 0 above the 3. And I usually put a 0 with an X in it, saying, hey, that's a placeholder. I couldn't make even one group. After I do that, I'm going to uncover just the next digit. The next digit is a 1. So now I'm asking myself, how many times does 5 fit into the number 31? When it couldn't fit into the first digit, I combine the first 2 until I can make at least one group. So if I look back at my multiplication chart, 5 does fit into 31. Let's look how many times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 is too much. So 5 fit into 36 times. So I'm going to write a 6 here. Then I'm going to multiply. 5 groups of 6 is 30. And that's what I'm going to subtract. 31 minus 30 gives me 1. Now I'm going to follow my last step, which is to bring down my next number. So I'm going to bring down my 3. Okay, and then I'm going to ask myself, how many groups of 5 fit into 13? You guys can probably count on your hands for this. 5, 10, 15 is too many. So it can only fit in 2 times. And multiply 5 groups of 2 was 5, 10. That's 10. That's the number that I subtract from 13. I'm left with 3. Can't see that. There you go. Now I'm going to follow my last step, which is bring down your 5. I'm going to count by 5s until I get to 35. It should be a perfect fit because I'm on my last number. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's it. 7. And yes, you can use your multiplication chart. 5 times 7 does give me 35. I just can't fit it in the picture very well. So 7 times 5 times 7 is exactly 35. Then I subtract those and I have nothing left over. I didn't want anything left over, so I did great. Okay, if you're feeling confident, you're welcome to try the rest on your own, and you can come back and skip forward in the video to check. Or if you still need some more help, I'm going to be doing the last 2 problems as well. Feel free to skip around if you need to. Okay, I'm not going to use my multiplication chart for this one because I know my 2's really well. You are welcome to use it. This one's a little bit quick and it should be easier. I've got some placeholder zeros. 2 fits into 2 one time. Multiply 2 groups of 1. 2 times 1 is 2. That's the number that I'm going to subtract. And I'm left with 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. Remember, I'm just doing one digit at a time. I'm going to bring down my 0. 2 doesn't fit into 0 at all. So I'm going to put another 0. Now, I don't find this necessary, but if you would like to also subtract 0 because 2 times 0 is 0, you're welcome to do that. Or you can just bring down your next 0. 2 still doesn't fit into 0, so I'm going to put another 0 above that 0. And again, you can subtract 0 again, or you can just bring down your 6. 2 fits into 6 3 times. It's a perfect fit. 2 times 6, 2, 4, 6 is exactly 6. So 3 groups up here. 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract 6, and I'm left with 0, and I'm done. One last problem. 9,336 divided by 8. I am going to use my multiplication chart for this one. And I'm going to uncover one digit at a time. 8 does fit into 9. I don't need my chart for that. 8 fits into 9 one time. 8 times 1 is 8. Subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Bring down your next number. 13. If I look at my chart, I go 8, 16. So 8 can only fit into 13 one time. 2 times is too many. So one time again. 8 times 1 is 8. That's what I write underneath the 13, and that's what I'm going to subtract. 13 minus 8, you'll have to borrow, or you can just count up in your head, because when you borrow, you will still end up with 13 minus 8. So put 8 in your head. 8's in my head. Now I'm going to count up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 5. So 13 minus 8 is 5. Bring down your 3. I'm going to definitely look at my chart for this one because I'm trying to figure out how many times 8 fits into the number 53. So looking at my chart, it can fit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is too many. The number was 53. So that means that it can fit in 6 times. 8 times 6 is 48. Okay, so it can fit in 6 times. 8 times 6 was 48. That's the number I subtract from 53. And it looks like we do have to borrow again. I can't take away 8 if I only have 3. So I'm going to borrow from the 5. 5 becomes a 4. The 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 8, we already did. That was 5. And now I'm going to bring down my last 6. I'm asking myself for this last one. 8 fits into 56. How many times? If I look at my chart, I see that 8 has a perfect fit into 56. It is 7. 8 times 7 is 56. So that means 8 fits into 56 7 times. So 7 up top. 8 times 7 is exactly 56. That's what I'm going to subtract from 56. And I get 0 as my remainder. So again, my answer is 1,167. I hope this video helped and everything is super duper clear now. Thanks for watching.